I'm going to introduce Kinesis Data Firehose hands-on. In this hands-on, we will actually submit the record using Kinesis Data Firehose. And first, we will send the test record and check the record in the S3 bucket. And we will create the function to convert the data in Kinesis Data Firehose. And verify the record which sent from Kinesis data stream are converted by Kinesis Data Firehose. The command to send the record from the Kinesis data stream is described here. And here is the Lambda function we're going to use. This one converts the data as the random string and the number to the data. The data sent from the Kinesis data stream is encoded, so it needs to be decoded once and converted and encoded again. So let's get started. Okay, let's get started. In this demonstration, we're gonna send the record from Kinesis data stream, then get the record and convert the data and the streams into S3 bucket. You just need to send the record from Kinesis data stream because the converting process will automatically be executed by Kinesis Data Firehose and Lambda. The first thing we're gonna do is to create the Kinesis Data Firehose. Let's go to the Kinesis console from here. From here, we're going to select the Kinesis Data Firehose and create the data stream. Now, I have already created the one with the test stream logs, but I'm going to show you how to create it. We're going to set the data source and the data destination. Select the source as the Kinesis data stream, and the destination as the S3 bucket, Amazon S3. And the next, set the source. I have already created the one in the last demonstration, named the test stream, and select. And scroll down a little bit. Name the deliver stream name as, for example, the test stream logs1, and you can use the uppercase and the lowercase and the numbers and so on. And firstly, we don't use transformation and the conversion. We're gonna skip, but later on we're gonna create the conversion function. When you're gonna use this transformation and conversion functionality, specified Lambda function will be invoked, and you can convert the formats such as JSON, packet, ORC. And then next, we need to set the S3 bucket that we're gonna put the data into. So let's go to the create one. And we need to name bucket, and it needs to be unique name across all the bucket. I'm gonna choose, for example, the test teams logs YYYYMMDD, for example 2023 10 October and 1. Okay, it's gonna be fine. The region as the North Virginia, and for other configuration, we don't need any complex structure this time. Select the HCL disabled, and for public access, we don't need public access this time, and skip it. And also versioning, if we want to retain all the version of the data, you can enable it. But in this case, we don't need because just the demonstration purpose. And also tags, we don't need it. And as for encryption, we can use the default encryption. And as for advanced setting is fine by default, and create the bucket. And going back to the Firehose screen and select the bucket we've just made. And for destination setting, we can configure the dynamic partitioning that makes subdirectory to make structure to query more efficiently. The if enabled, Lambda function automatically pass through and specify which directory to save data. But this time our data is not so complicated that we don't need partitioning. And you can configure the bucket prefix. By default, appends the prefix with date, hour, year. Like top level is the year, and the next level is the month, and the next level is the day, and so on. And next, open the buffer hint, and we can see the buffer size. By default, the 5 MB and 300 seconds, which means over 5 MB or after 300 seconds elapsed, the buffer data will go to dump it out to the S3 bucket. And we can configure how much data we need to buffer. The minimum time is 60 seconds and the maximum is 900 seconds. Okay, and as for the compression, we can use these types, and as for encryption, we don't need in this example. Under the advanced setting, we see the server-side encryption and the CloudWatch error logging. We don't need it in this example. And as for service access, create the IAM role for Firehose here. Okay, click the create delivery stream. A few minutes later, the KDF was created. And then we would like to test it with demo data first. Scroll down a little bit. Here you can see the test with demo data. Then open it. It may take a couple of minutes to send the data. So please click on the test with demo data. And after a few minutes, the log data is sent to the S3 bucket we just created. And let's open the S3 bucket and check its content. As you can see, when the data is sent from KDF, by default, the directories are created in the folder of year, and the month, and the day. And you're gonna see the record here. Then let's take a look at the contents of this object. So let's open the Cloud Shell. It may take a minute to open the Cloud Shell. Okay, the command like AWS S3 CP and S3 object key, you can find the object key from here, and then click it. As you can see, you will see the data defined in the JSON like this. It has been successfully sent. Then now we know the KDF and the destination S3 bucket are connected successfully. We then send the data from KDS to KDF. To send a record from KDS to KDF, we're gonna use the put record API, and this one is shown in the previous demonstration. If we send the record from KDS to KDF, the KDF will automatically send the data to S3, so you can deliver data from KDS to KDF, and from KDF to S3 is simply by using the put record API. However, this alone does not make this demonstration interesting. It also does not demonstrate the effectiveness of KDF. The KDF is a very useful tool and has the ability to transform data. It is a transformation of ETL. So this time we will try to conversion data using the Lambda function. So going back to the KDF page, and scroll down a little bit, you can see the configuration tab. Click on the configuration, and here you're gonna see the find menu called the transform and the convert record. Now click on the edit. You can then use the Lambda function to convert the data. I have already specified a Lambda function, but nothing is shown initially. First, click on the create function. Then you can choose the Lambda blueprint like this. The Lambda blueprints are like a template. The template is a predefined template of Lambda function for conversion of data in KDF. I have already prepared the Python code, so I will copy and paste the code to create the conversion function. First, select the general Kinesis data Firehose processing and click the Use Blueprint. And you will then be redirected to the Lambda function page. Here you can create the function using the blueprint. Again, this time I have already prepared the code, so either is fine, the author from the scratch or use the blueprint. In this time, I'm gonna use the Python, so select the runtime as the Python. I think any version works because my code is really simple, but I select the new one, the Python 3.11, and the name can be appropriate, but let's say my test function, for example. And to use the function, Lambda function, you need to set the execution role. The Lambda is a function for linking services to services, so you need to set the appropriate role. Here, choose the create a new role with basic Lambda permission. And now everything is OK, and click the create function. And now, after about a minute, the Lambda function is successfully created. Scroll down a little bit to the code source, and then copy and paste the code into the Lambda function .py. This is a really simple code to convert the data with random string plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And be care that the records we're gonna send from KDS will be encoded with base 64, so we need to decode and convert and then again encode it. Okay, that's all for setting up Lambda. Since this is a simple conversion, no special settings are required, but if necessary, set the Lambda execution time to about 1 minute from here. And back to the KDF page again, and please choose the Lambda function we've just created, and scroll down a little bit and save changes. And okay, we have configured the Kinesis data stream, Kinesis data Firehose, S3 bucket, and the Lambda function and the IAM execution log. We are now ready to go. Then Open the CRUD shell again. Open the CRUD shell and type the command with the AWS Kinesis put record, which we learned in the last hands-on demonstration. Again, once you submit the record from KDS, the KDF will automatically do the rest of processing and the transformation and send the data to S3, and click on it. Okay, the record is sent successfully. After this, check the logs of the S3 bucket, but it may take a couple of minutes to get the record, so please wait a moment if you wouldn't get the record. So let's go again to the S3 page, and you're gonna find some new directory around here, and click and move to the object page. And this is the object key. Again, check the contents of the log. Open the CRUD shell. Open the CRUD shell, and with the command AWS S3 SCP, and with the object key, and click the enter. Okay, we could find the successfully the record in the S3 bucket. Okay, therefore we found the data was converted successfully, and that's all for the hands-on demonstration. But I encountered a few errors in preparing for this hands-on, so I'm going to show you how to find the error. There are several ways to identify the error. For example, going back to the Kinesis data Firehose page, and you can find the destination error logs here. Here is the destination error logs, and this is where the error logs is accumulated in the specified S3 bucket. And just for your reference, open the S3 bucket again, you find the processing failed. Therefore, the conversion function ran but sent the record to the bucket for errors. You can check the destination error logs in KDF, as well as the Lambda error logs and the CloudWatch log for error handling. If you encounter errors, just check KDF, Lambda function, the CloudWatch logs, S3 in that order. Okay, that's all for my explanation.